I don't know shit about what's been going on with Mike Ross.
A lot of people say, you know, Mike Ross is random. He just wakes up, does random ultras. It's because I am so godlike and I know how people think. I know players' tendencies, and I'm going to expose him right now after seeing him one game. Okay. It worked, though! He did it! He did it! Did he not?
He did do it.
What good is a read that doesn't work? Stick him to the text, I will flash kick his ass! Back to AE! Here we go! Okay, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. You're gonna take my money. Wait, you didn't wait, I didn't finish the bet. I said wait.
I know nothing. I'm a Jon Snow about Mike Ross. But Temp has TMZ'd Mike Ross with the best.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give a brief history of Mike Ross. He used to be a very, very good Street Fighter 4 player, and he got like top 8 at Evo, I think multiple times actually, with Honda of all characters. And well, he started working for multiple companies, but I think the most recent one was Twitch, and he started doing the eSports thing, and then that happened for a couple of years. He was, and of course, he always had excellent adventures with Gotex, which I watched that mostly in its early years. I haven't watched it recently, but I watched it definitely in its first 2 years quite consistently.
I read him like a book. My fight money.
And after the esports stuff, after a few years of that, he just disappeared, and no one knew where he was until finally he did a Reddit Ask Me Anything, and he just started going off on esports. He started saying all these horrible things, and a lot of it I agree with. Some of it I don't. I think he said like Street Fighter V is one of the worst competitive games ever made. I don't feel that way. I like the game a lot, and it makes me sad that other people don't. But that's how he feels. That's where he stands on that topic. So, yeah, and he started talking about how he hates what fighting games have become. He hates how esports everything is. I don't know if he talked about this in the Reddit AMA, but he did talk. Other podcasters kind of mentioned all the shit he went through, like people harassing his girlfriend and stuff like that. How he couldn't walk anywhere without being like, you know, like people asking him questions. I mean, I did it. I saw him at Texas Showdown in 2012. And I went up to him and said, "Hey, I'm some jobber. Good to meet you." And then me and Brader was asking questions, and he was super cool. He was a nice guy. So the fact that he went through all this shit and he had, you know, such a horrible experience with both Capcom. That's another thing. Capcom basically told him his show was a waste of time, which I think he was working for Capcom when they said that. Is it Capcom Pro Talk?
Oh, that one. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and they said there's no money in this. This is just a big waste of time. I'm paraphrasing, of course. And
well, I mean, most of what Capcom does is there's no money in this.
Yeah, no, I don't think Capcom knows a lot about money in general. I think they're super confused about the whole Monster Hunter thing because they have all this money and they're just like confused. They're like, "What the fuck is this shit?"
Oh, and, Monster Hunter.
Yeah, that's a good game. We should play it sometime.
Great game. We love it.
Big fan. So yeah, he's come out of the woodwork, and I think not only have I missed Mike Ross, but I miss Mike Ross competing. He hasn't really had a good tournament showing, as far as I know, since Street Fighter Cross Tekken. He made top 8 with Combo Fiend. That was a team game. So him and Combo Fiend were playing as a team, and they got top 8. I want to say that I think they got blown up by Infiltration, but I can't remember. But it was bad. Like, Combo Fiend won attacking Mike Ross, and I think Combo Fiend got perfected. It was, oh my god, it was so funny. And that was it. I don't think he's really had a good competitive streak ever since, but just really sad. Such a good historical player and a great personality. Fantastic commentator, and he is just so angry at the scene right now, for a lot of good reasons too. So just makes me sad. I think there's a lot of sad stuff right now in the FGC going on, with just, you know, the death of Marvel, the threats on Maximilian's life. What the hell? Like, what? There's no reason for saying something that everyone's been saying. You got death threats for saying Marvel is dead, and I'm like,
yeah, it's like a fucking hot take, man. Did you come up with this theory by yourself, Maximilian? Like, man, this is fucking the newest take on this whole situation. Not fucking kill him.
Yeah, I don't know. It's very disheartening, and I mean, my opinions are very well known on this subject. I don't like esports either. I don't think it works. I don't think there's really any money in it, and I would say I don't think the corporations have figured it out yet, but I do think they have figured it out. They're just kind of they're just letting the cycle run its course, and then they're going to kind of go the other way. I don't think this esports thing is going to last at all.
That's the thing, like, Who the fuck has ever said, you know, I like esports? I've never heard that done. And if anybody ever asks the question, how do you feel about esports? It's a loaded question. Like, you're not about to get any sort of positive or gushing opinions. So yeah, like, not liking esports is again not a very hot take, because I've never talked to anyone who's like, yeah, fuck yeah, esports. At least not like officially. You know, if they're commentating with the suit on, they're probably gonna have a diplomatic opinion while they're doing their job, and as they should. But anyone else in the other position, esports, do I like it? It's either probably fuck no, God, I hate it, or fuck it, who gives a shit? Can we watch shit? Like, that's probably about what you're gonna get.
Well, I mean, I think there's. I mean, when I say esports, I think is indeed already dead. It just, you know, the body hasn't gone cold yet. When I say that, I mean, as it stands now, it may keep transforming, and I do believe there are things putting it on live support. One of them is Echo Fox. That's Sonic Fox. Sonic Fox on Echo Fox.
Yes, he is.
Someone recently got put on Echo Fox. But I think is Tokido on there now? I know Sonic Fox and Justin Wong are both on there, and yeah, I mean, that's Rick Fox, retired basketball player. I think he played for the Lakers. Yeah, he runs that gig, and I think he's really into the fighting game thing. I think he's really impressed with it. But that's a dude who has money to spend, who likes the fighting game community. I don't think that's a business endeavor from someone who thinks they're going to make a buck on fighting games, and that's what esports needs to survive. That's my opinion. I don't think the Rick Fox thing is very indicative. So take what you will from that, but that's how I feel.
At some point, we should do an episode where we, like, one of the main bullet points is just to be like, what the fuck is esports? Like,
yeah, I agree.
There's so much fucking people, there's so much hate about esports that it's really easy to be like, what exactly are you hating? Like, it's easy to get lost, because it's like, hating esports or having problems with esports isn't the same as having problems with the tournament scene. It's not the same as having problems with competitive gaming. It's not the same as having problems with, like you said, people like Echo Fox helping getting guys around to tournaments and doing stuff like that. Like, that's also not really what esports is. Esports is something else. Hating esports is also not hating ketchup and mustard. That's also
it's hard to convince people.
Important to know.
I mean, that's a good question. I don't really know.
I know.
They're kind of esports, though, in a way, and
they are kind of.
The components of esports might not be bad, even if esports itself is a big piece of shit. But the components of it might not be bad.
No, and I mean, but the components are cool guys like ketchup and mustard, and the components are fucking competitive gaming, and the components are the tournament scene. The components are fucking Evo and Final Round and Combo Breaker and whatever.
Precisely,
but none of those things are the thing that people are thinking of when they say I hate esports. But that's a big juicy topic, though. That's a very big one that might be beyond the scope of this episode. Maybe.
Yeah, I would agree. It's like you said, it's so undefined. When people say I hate esports, it's really hard to kind of put your crosshairs on one specific thing. But I think what you said is perfect. I think you can hate esports, but still be okay with Godspeed in a suit. You know, you can hate the whole without
Godspeed, Katana Prime. I don't know how esports Katana Prime
all is. Upright Citizens, big fan. Godspeed, I think a lot of it has to do with some of the personalities of the FTC, but people like to reckon Godspeed. I think he's cool. I like his Glacius. His Glacius was very interesting to watch. So yeah, the Warrior Shrine is very. We're fans of the Godspeed. He's a cool dude.
We're fans of all of those shits that we just said. All those components.
Liu Kang, that's right. He played. I think he was one of the innovators of Flame Fist Liu Kang, if I remember correctly. Yeah, Godspeed is good shit. Yeah, that's fair. It is Flame Fist Liu Kang, but yeah.
Man, listen. So Mike Ross, it just sounds like he needs a timeout.
He just had a timeout, though. He just came out of his timeout. Like, he was gone for, like, I don't know, 7 months? Something crazy.
Well, I mean, if he just comes out of the timeout and has that AMA where he's saying those things, it sounds like he needs more of a timeout, just like a personal timeout, just to be not like working for any whatever he's mad at working for. Just time away for himself to be like, man, listen, shake off the bitterness and go back and do some more excellent adventures. Like, you know, that's it.
Yeah.
That, I mean, like, what else really can you do unless, you know, he's going to stay in Bittertown forever, which that's not good for anybody, including him.
I have a theory about that. I think the only way Mike Ross is ever going to truly recover is if he stops being a meme, and he can't control that.
Yeah, it's true, man.
The guy turned into a meme.
It's true. It's tough. Dude, just fucking, I mean, that's the thing. Like I said, like, step back and then realize, damn, listen, all that shit was stupid that I was doing with the business side of things, but it's still fucking video games, and I enjoy the video games, so I'm just gonna go play the video games and not worry about the other shit. It's hard to shake off those fucking, you know, caked up barnacles that comes with doing shit for money. That's how you want to kill anything you like. Fucking get paid to do it. Yeah, that's a bitch, man. But you know, it just, you gotta fucking center your chi, center your quan, as Eris says, and come back and try again with a fresh start. Learn from it and grow like a Shaolin.
I mean, I just don't know when the storm's going to end.
Oh, I don't
know when the storm's going to pass through, dude, because his legacy is so big and so hilarious. Like, I love the Mike Ross memes, but it's because I like Mike Ross. That cloud may follow him for the rest of his life. So I think the only thing he can do is either embrace it or do his best to outrun it.
It's like Gutex isn't going to get rid of PogChamp. You know, it's not that those things don't go away, but you have to, like, are you going to run with it? Are you going to be like, yeah, man, I'm fucking PogChamp, what? Or are you going to be like, don't you fucking call me PogChamp ever again. Like, I don't want to talk about PogChamp. If anybody even looks at me in the eye and says Pog, they're gone. Like, you know, you don't want to be that guy because you're going to die. You're going to fucking get cancer or ulcers and, you know, vomit till you're dead or some shit. Like, I don't know. But you know, that's not healthy for anybody.
Funny story. I almost met Gutex too. I was at Evo for 2012. No. Yeah, Evo 2012. And it was top 8 day. So I was going to the elevator. I got
you guys
the
were elevatoring together?
The lobby. Yes. We went down to floor 2, and then the elevator opened up, and Gutex walked in. And I'm thinking, oh, hey, it's Gutex. I thought about saying something to him, and then I looked at him, and he looked so tired and so out of it. He looked like hungover. Like, maybe he just
probably was.
But he just looked so bad. I'm like, I'm not gonna be. I refuse to be that guy.
You're too
I'm
nice.
Not gonna bother him. Yeah, well, I mean, like, he looked the way I felt today at work, so I'm not.
Dude, listen, I understand. In those situations, I don't know if I can stop myself from just leaning over and be like, "Sup." No, that's all. That's it. That's all. I don't need to fucking ask him, like, dude, can I do like gotta get an interview for the Nethercast? Like, I don't need to do that shit. Just fucking lean over and be like, "What's up, dude? You look how I feel," or some shit.
The reason why I use that phrase is because that's what Jack Nicholson hosted Saturday Night Live. He shared an elevator with Jim Brewer, and his exact words to Jim Brewer was,
"Classic.
You look the way I feel."
Yeah, it's a classic.
Like, yes.
It's a fucking classic. Man, Jack Nicholson, man. Damn, no, yeah. Gutex seems cool, though.
Yeah, the same thing that happened to Mike Ross is very similar to what happened to Gutex. He flew, with his own money, Tokido from Japan to Los Angeles, and they filmed an Akuma tutorial for Street Fighter 4.
Ooh.
And after they spent all that money producing it, editing it, flying around Tokido, and paying Tokido, by the way. Tokido did not do that for free. It wasn't just like, hey, we'll pay your expenses and you'll get a free trip to LA.
Damn, Tokido's a genius.
To do that. Oh, no, smart man.
Taquitos doing it right.
Lost to Daigo, very smart man. But, you had to pay him to do that. That costs money outside of just all the logistical expenses. And Capcom said, no, you cannot release that. You don't have the rights to release that. We will sue you if you try to release that. Or I don't know if they said we'll sue you, but they did say we will shut you down.
Right.
Because we have that right.
Yes.
And Gutex basically canned it. And that was, we didn't see Gutex for a good while after that either. The FGC wasn't quite as big back then, so I don't know if the ripples were quite as big as it was with Mike Ross now.
But he didn't do an AMA.
Yeah, well, I thank God he didn't need to, because I think no one knew about what happened. He was kind of able to come back on his own terms. And Gutex is not really a meme.
Except for
yeah, Mike
PogChamp.
Ross. Yeah, that's just. I hope that never goes away.
He is literally a meme, but he's not like a meme in his day-to-day behavior.
It's such a good meme to have like that. I would wear that meme proudly.
PogChamp?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, PogChamp is a fucking classic. Don't fucking no, come on. That's fucking that's a like a fundamental part of the DNA of like Twitch and shit. Like you got your fucking foothold in there in the foundations, bruh. That's good shit. What else was there to say about Mike Ross? Is that it?
That's pretty much all I got. Okay. It's just sad. And it, like the death of Marvel vs. Capcom, I wish it didn't happen.
Yeah, it's it feels like just another part of the thing that's going on. Like there's a lot of bummer shit in the fighting game genre and community. Like it's just another.
It makes me glad that no one knows who I am. Sometimes I feel like that's such a blessing that I take for granted.
Why? What would they do?
I just heard all the stories about I was watching Ultra Chen, and they were talking about all the shit he had to put up with, and I'm like, I'm so glad I can go to like
what though? Like what?
And people don't try to talk to me.
What do they put up with? Like what does he put up with? Like, people at McDonald's would be like, hey,
he would
fucking
go to tournaments.
Like what?
Well, people would have like signs trolling Mike Ross, like stuff like that, and I was watching Ultra Chen, and I don't know, I think it was Ultra David who was saying it, but he said that someone brought up their Mike Ross troll sign and said, hey, can you sign this? And Mike Ross goes, sure. He takes the sign and he fucking tears it to pieces. I'm like, damn.
But that's the stuff that like encourages the trolls, though. Like
I know. Well, I mean, I know that, but I think he's so broken down that he doesn't think of it that way. I think. Well, at the same time, yes, you're right, but I think he had gone too far out of bounds. There was no coming back. He was too deep in the quicksand, and there was no leaving the meme territory. I hope that's. I think there's a strong possibility that's true, but I really hope it's not. For his sake, I hope that's not true. I hope he can have a chill, happy FGC life again. But,
I mean, I can't imagine people doing that sort of thing to like Gutex. Like Gutex seems way more like, you know, parry that shit, let it roll off your back. Like, but if you like, you know, fucking firm up your shoulders and get all tense about it, then you're a better target. You know, there's a feedback that happens there if you don't parry it. And then that seems to be more like what Mike Ross is. That seems to me more like what Mike Ross is doing right now.
Is there not like a person factor where I hate to say this, but I honestly think it's true. Some people you're more inspired to talk shit to, though. Like some people have those really bright personalities, and they're just fun to talk shit with. You know?
Yes, absolutely.
I don't think people enjoy trolling Gutex because they didn't get the reaction they got from Mike Ross.
Exactly.
You know? I think,
exactly.
Like Flo is a great example. People love trolling Flo, especially Mike Ross. Mike Ross talks so much shit to Flo. It was great. And Flo talks so much shit to Mike Ross.
He does. It goes both ways.
I love their dynamic. It's magic. But I mean, I think because Gutex doesn't have that spike, I don't know. Like, would you talk shit to Katana Prime? I would just feel like a dick. It wouldn't be fun. Like I'd be like, Katana Prime's a nice guy. I've never met him. That's another thing. Like, this is my big lesson from Mike Ross. If you see someone in the FGC, unless you like, there's some natural circumstances that bring you to the same area, the same conversation, I'm not walking up to anybody ever again. Like, first of all, I don't like doing that anyway. Like, even with bands, like with a lot of metal bands, you'll see them in the crowd after they open for like a headliner. Like, I met the lead singer of Children of Bodom, and I was like, hey, I'm a big fan, sign this cup. And as I got older, I'm like, I wouldn't want someone to do that to me.
Sign his cup.
Yeah.
I forgot about it, the classic.
It was so awkward because he had a beer in each hand, and he was like, yeah, sure. But he was like, what the fuck do I do with my
like,
beers?
what? You want to fucking sign it with my dick? I'm busy, dude, but cool cup.
So I'm like, the idea of being a fan of a person, like being a fan of like a project or a band or an album, I'm still down with that. But the idea of being a fan of a person, I feel like that concept gets weirder and weirder as I get older.
No, I agree big time. That's
so like, I don't, yeah.
No, it's something that's also happened. Just even like something as small as like actors and shit, like. And musicians as well, because I'm a musician, you're a musician, it works both ways. It's like, I mean, the more I know about the person that does the shit that I like, usually it colors the thing that I like. It colors the shit that they're doing. Which I don't like that. Like I don't need that. I already like the thing. I want you to make more of the thing that I like, but I don't need to like, you know, so how's your mom? Like I don't need to get to know you and shit, dude. Just fucking keep you do you and I'll do me. And if I like your shit, then I'll support your shit. And let's keep it, you know, at jump distance. That's how I feel.
I mean, like,
but I will like shout out somebody from across the room if I see them or something. I'm not gonna. I don't need to go up to you. I don't need to fucking touch you anywhere. I don't need to. I'm definitely like you. I got past the signature thing. I did that before. I've got some signatures around here somewhere. I got fucking like Rob Zombie and whatnot. But I got past that shit, and I was like, you know what? This doesn't mean that much to me. Actually, after you get it. I much prefer just listening to your shit and enjoying that. But, you know, if I see you across the room, I might be like, unless you're with your family, obviously, or something like that, just be like, you know, yo, duder, I like your shit, be cool. You know.
Yeah, no, exactly. They're not firefighters. Like, it's not like, thank you for everything you do. Like, it's not,
you're a fucking hero.
Like, you're talking to a dude, like, who plays video games. You know, I don't really think the whole... I mean, what they do is amazing. I'm not downplaying what they do, but I feel like if I don't meet them in an organic social situation, it doesn't make sense to walk up to these people and just randomly talk to them. For me, at least. I mean, other people are going to feel differently, and maybe for very good reasons. And to be fair, like, some of the GJ guys were in my pool at Evo, so 16-bit was just hanging around there, and I said hi to him. Like, but that, to me, that is completely different.
Yeah, it is. No, but the thing. But there's some people
like across an auditorium. I'm not gonna be like, Steve. Hey, no, I'm not gonna do that.
Which I'm sure happens all the time. But I mean, like, you know, what is that thing that fucking... I've heard Eris talk about it. Jesus, we're fucking citing Eris left and right, as always. But, you know, he's like, don't go up to a fucking dude at a tournament, especially, like, if they're doing shit, and be like, so, hey, how do you do this? So, how does the down 4 into fucking this carry? Like, is this safe and whatnot? Like, what are you doing? Dude, chill out. And don't go up to him and be like, dude... I followed you since forever. I've got your fucking t-shirts. Like, don't be weird. Like, everyone's doing shit right now. Like, kind of got to read the room, and you also got to pull your hat to your ass and be like, listen, this person is also doing shit. It's not just like, oh, you found them, so this person is your, like, open up a treasure chest and they're your Zelda heart. Like, you got it. Woo! I found fucking Gutex. I gotta talk to him. Da 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 da. Like, that's not how it works. Like, he's fucking on his own fucking dungeon trying to find his own bullshit. Like, just be like, hey, I'm in a dungeon too. I like your dungeon though, bro. Keep it up. Like, that's, you know, just do that and be cool. Be cool, I think, is my point.
You know, yeah, the funny thing about that is, like, these people are probably super fucking busy. Like, especially like Eris, he's probably commentating that day you see him at the tournament.
Oh yeah.
Although he does encourage people to come up to him. He does say, don't be shy. Do not be shy.
He also says, don't be weird.
Yeah. Obviously don't hug Eris. I think that's a safe bet.
Unless you're Justin Wong.
Yeah, especially if you're Justin Wong or James Chen. That is part of the ATP lore. I mean, we're big ATP fans. I don't know
if you guys have noticed, but you know, listen, he's one of the most entertaining aspects of the fighting game community. Like right now, certainly, and for the past while. So, you know, we like being entertained, as everyone does. Even that, like, you know, you can like video game shit and like the competitive shit, like the technical shit, and talking about it. But when that comes with a slice of entertainment as well, then, you know, that's fucking best of both worlds. Best of both worlds.
Indeed.
Was there anything else about the Mike Ross of it all?
God, we could do a whole episode on some other stuff. There's like a FGC reality TV show with Low Tier God. Like, I'm like, oh, we won't get into that today. That could be its whole. I did have that in my notes, but our episode's a little too packed. But man, you want to heal? Jeez, Low Tier God. Anyway.
Yeah, I feel bad for the guy. But listen, it's all good. Time heals all wounds. I'm going to say.